So I'd just like to thank the Childhood Summit and H for having me here today. It's a real pleasure to be asked to come along. And I'm just going to tell my story about the evolution of Mums and Bubs Logan. So Mums and Bubs Logan is a closed Facebook group and it's closed for a very good reason. I have a lot of DV mums in the group, so to protect their privacy, I've made it closed, so it's only for women. I check every single membership that comes in. Unfortunately, no men are allowed. So it's a safe space for them just to be able to chat and feel comfortable. As H said, I have 24,800 members, so we're edging on the 25,000, and I run 2 to 3 playgroups a week. I often get asked, why did you start the group? And the funny thing is I didn't actually go out to start a group. I was an older mum and I had a 6-month-old. I had 2 other kids from previous marriage, in a new marriage, and I had a 6-month-old. And I thought, I really need some mum friends, so I just went on a Huggies forum page and just said my age, that I had a 6-month-old. Would anyone like to come to a park one day for a play? And it was email back then, and I had 35 emails in that first week. Saying, where are we going, what are we doing? And I said to my husband, my goodness, this is really needed in the community. And that's where it started. I sort of went to bed that night and thought of a name, and I contacted those 35 people and just said, let's pick a Wednesday and we'll go and sit in a park and see where it goes. And only a handful sort of came on the first day, and that was fine. I still kept in contact with those ladies, and every 2 weeks I would do a play group on a Wednesday, and I found I was getting more and more people, but the same faces to the playgroup. So I thought I'll switch the days up a bit, which I did, and obviously some people worked on the Wednesdays, so switching days helped a lot of people, and I was seeing new faces come along all the time, which was great. So I started switching it up a bit, and at the moment I'm now doing 2 to 3 playgroups every single week. These fill within an hour of being on the Facebook group. I can't get enough people, I can't get all the people in. I've always got wait lists of 20 or 30 people, and usually I have about 30 to 40 at my playgroups as well. That's 30 parents and 30 children, so they're hugely popularised, which is great. I tried to keep the group off Facebook for as long as I could. I really didn't want to take it there, but I thought I can't keep emailing 200, 300 people. So I took it to Facebook, made it a closed group, as I said before, to protect privacy of my mums. And as soon as I took it to Facebook, it just exploded. I started off just putting all the playgroups on there, and then word got out, and I think Facebook does a bit of advertising as well, which is good, but it's also bad because I had double and then triple the amount of people joining within months. It was amazing. So I opened the closed Facebook group, and the help and support forum organically grew itself. So that's what takes up most of my time now. It's about 15 hours every single day, 365 days a year, and I've been running it for 12 years now, and don't see me stopping anytime soon. The members come along and they can either use the group for playgroups or they can use it for the help and support forum. Some use it for both, and that's up to them. They don't have to come along to the playgroups if they don't want to. And it's just a place where ladies can ask questions about anything and everything. It doesn't have to be baby related. And it's turned into a truly wonderful movement of women who really respect everybody's values and thoughts. The group is very culturally diverse. It's really lovely to be able to learn and interact with so many different cultures. As I said before, I approve every single membership that comes in. And I had a lady that was joining, and it said that she comes from Ghana, which I think is South Africa. And I saw that she had a mutual friend, so I messaged that friend who was in the group, and I said, I've got such and such joining, do you know her? Is she a friend of yours? She said, oh yes, Natalie. She said, I tell all my friends who have moved from Ghana to here to come and join your page. We learn our English from your page. So that was so touching. I just thought, wow, I'm providing playgroups and this help and support, but I'm also teaching people how to speak English. So it was pretty profound. I was blown away by that. The group page is closely monitored by me. Not everybody gets in. I question people if I can't see, enough information on their page. Because I have face-to-face play groups, it's very important to me to keep security tight. There is only me as an admin, there's no moderators, and that's the way it'll always stay. People sort of say to me, you're going to need help eventually, Nat. I won't need help, I'll manage. If it takes me 10, 15 minutes to accept a post on the page, then it takes 10 or 15 minutes, and people accept that and understand that. So there's a respect and trust there for me. That's another reason why it'll always just be me. People sometimes don't even go on the page, they'll private message me. Things like DV that they're going through, if unfortunately something's happened that evening, instead of going on the page, I'll message Nat. Nat will know what to do, sort of thing. So all I usually do is just send them through to DV Connect, or I give them links to other things. Mental health is another big one. Members will message me 10 o'clock at night in deep state of depression. What do I do? Where do I go? So I obviously put them on to the right connections there. And I tell them, check in with me tomorrow, let me know you're okay, sort of thing, because I go to bed and worry then, being the mum that I am. So, and they're really good like that. They will check in with me and say, I'm okay, I'm at mum's or whatever, so which is really good. We're family to some mums as well. You can tell the people that obviously have no one in the group, and that's fine. They, are on there from 8 in the morning until 11 at night sometimes, and that's their support network. They may never have met the people that they're talking to every day, but it's just help and support there, and it's, someone that they can talk to, and which is really beautiful to watch. Sadly, I've had a few members pass away in the group. Some to DV and some to illness. A few weeks ago, sadly, I had a mum that I actually knew personally that used to come to playgroups, and she went in to have a baby and never came out again, and sadly the baby passed away too. So I just basically went on the group to say, rest in peace to this lovely lady, sort of thing. And within 15 minutes, the post was full with hundreds of comments. Where can we drop stuff off? How can we support these two other children and the father? It was just near Father's Day. So within a week, I had my back room half full of Father's Day presents and gifts for the children, just to sort of take their mind off, what's going on in life. So that was just beautiful, and that's not the first time that that's happened as well. So it's really, really lovely. The acts of kindness just blow me away. Logan often gets a bad rap, but when community is involved and a tragedy happens, these mums are the first ones to step up and say, what can I do? What do you need, sort of thing. So onto my playgroups, which you can see in the background there. This is what Mums and Bubs is all about to me. It's not the help and support forum, it's these weekly playgroups. It gets mums out of the house. They get to, get out of the house, have a chat, either baby related or have a whinge about husband, it doesn't matter. Ask tips and questions about babies. They can watch their babies play while they are in a safe environment to be able to open up and chat to other mums, and know that you're not alone in the sleep deprivation and everything else that goes on with those early years of being mums. Unfortunately, anxiety is a huge thing in my group. I've watched it over the years get worse and worse and worse. And sadly, these are the ladies that I can't reach. I can't personally go to their house, put them in my car and drag them to a playgroup, which I know is all that it really would take to help a lot of them out. You can see them on the page, I need friends, I have no friends. And I sort of say, come along to the playgroups. Oh, I would, Nat, but I have anxiety, and yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm often in contact with them through private message, just to say, I think it'd be really good for you. I'm at all of them, I'll be there to support you, sort of thing. And I have made a breakthrough with a few of them. And then I thought a few years ago, maybe I should do a couple of playgroups just for anxiety people. I said, I won't go because I don't have anxiety. I want you to feel safe in your own space. So I organised 3 of them on a Wednesday for 3 weeks, and I made sure it was at a fenced park, so they didn't have the worry of kids running off, so they could really just concentrate on being there, and it was an extra worry for them. And I had so much interest on the page, how wonderful an idea it was, and I thought, oh, finally, I'm getting to these women. Anyway, come time for the first one, the night before, I had probably about 10 or 15 down to come, finally whittled down to about 6 the night before. That morning, I found out that one made it to the park, couldn't get out of her car, and the other one couldn't get out of her house to get into the car to go to the park. So I thought, I cancelled the other two. I thought I tried. You know, there's only so much I can do. But I've had some small wins. Sometimes I can see, you know, the desperation that they really want to come, and I say, you know, come along, it'll be really good for you. And they say, oh no, my anxiety is going to take over. So I private message them and just say, you know, do you want me to walk in with you? You know, I'll meet you in the car park, meet you out the front of wherever we're going, and just walk in with you. Would that help? Oh my God, would you do that, Nat? And I said, yeah, of course I would. So I've done that quite a few times now, and you know, that's all it takes for some of these ladies to just get in there, walk into a swimming centre if we're having a swimming lesson or something like that. By the time they're in the water, they're laughing, giggling with other ladies, and it's just from me walking in with them, that's all it took. So it's something easy for me, but I mean, it changes their life. And the majority of those I've seen come back time and time and time again, which is great. Obviously, anxiety isn't that easily fixed, and there's some that I'm never going to get to. But they know also that the help and support forum is there, and, you know, I'm a private message away. If, you know, they want help to get out there to them, then they'll just message me. So all in good time, and hopefully I'll get a few more one day. That's my hope anyway. So I now run 2 to 3 playgroups every week just to keep up with the demand, and I still can't get everybody in. Playgroups are on all different days and all around Logan and close surrounds. So we go to a lot of childcare centres. Years and years ago I thought children are inside from about 10 o'clock onwards, so I thought I'd message a few childcare centres, see if they wouldn't mind having us there for a play outside while their centre kids are inside, so we're not mingling with the two. And they thought this was a fantastic idea and said, yes, sure, come along. So they put on a free morning tea for us. We get to experience a closed, safe environment outside in their playground. They also set some little activities up for us as well and give us free morning tea. It's showcasing their centre, so they might pick up some enrolments from it as well, which is great. So it's a win-win for both of us. And I have a really close relationship with many, many centres in the Logan area, and always after more. So if anyone ever contacts me and asks me to come along, I always say yes, because it's always nice to be able to check out some different centres. And I usually run one of these a week because they're for newborns to 5-year-olds. I do free swimming lessons, playgroups. They're usually for 3 months old to 3 years old, and these are great to teach water safety and water awareness. So it's just a 30-minute lesson, and the mums and the kids and the dads, I have a lot of dads that come along too, which is great. It's really good to see. I even have mums that can't swim, and they get in the water holding a wet little baby. I think, how are you doing this? But they sort of let me know, Nat, I can't even swim. So the instructors come over and give them a bit of extra attention, but it's amazing that they will hold this child, and they're so desperate for them to be able to be able to taught how to swim, that they will, you know, jump in and have a swimming lesson without being able to swim. So I'm a huge advocate for keeping healthy and active kids. So I run active playgroups as well, like Ginger Sports, Billy's Buddies, First Fives Rugby. I've done kinder gyms at PCYCs and ballet lessons, and these are always really well received. And it's also been gratifying to watch our little ones at playgroups who won't leave mum's side. And as the months go on, you can see them finally starting to break away and start playing by themselves, and they'll play alongside other children, then they'll play in groups of children as the times go on. So it's so good to see. It's good for the mums to see as well. And I had one mum who wanted to desperately bring her child to a kinder gym session, and she said, Nat, I'd love to bring her, she's 3, but she's not going to leave me, she's just going to hold my hand the whole time. I said, just bring her along. I said, oh, you know, it's fine, just bring her along, we'll see how we go. So yep, for the first 10-15 minutes she was by mum's side. I sort of lost track of her and mum for a while and was chatting to other people. And halfway through I came up to mum and I said, where's your daughter gone? And she said, she's over there playing on the trampoline. I said, see, there you go. She said, I'm blown away. She said, I can't believe she's left my side and I can't get her off it now. So the playgroups are so good for just getting those kids away from mum. It's that first little disattachment, and then they're off and running and doing their own thing. And the parents are really great at all my playgroups with getting in and playing with their children. They don't sit alongside on their phones having a cup of coffee. They're always in there playing with their kids. If it's an active playgroup, they're helping them toss the ball, they're helping them run, they're encouraging them, which is so good. I also do Back to Nature with Nat, which is a nature play kindy. It really pushed me out of my comfort zone, but my members really wanted something like this after we tried it with a childcare centre. So I'm not an educator, and I really just winged it when I did my first one. I had to sing some songs, I read some stories and did some activities and took them on a little nature walk. And I asked for feedback at the end, and the mums just said that was fantastic. So I keep doing those, which is really good. We also do messy play mornings at childcare centres, fire station visits. I do getting back into the workforce workshops for my mums, beginners sewing lessons, and private screenings at the movies. There's too many to name, but my newest ones are also fun park plays, which again are active. It's not just a sitting down meeting in the park. I had one this past week, which was my first one. So I set up little activity stations at the park. There was Play-Doh and colouring in. There was an active play section where there was hurdles and hopscotch, and egg and spoon races with a plastic golf ball, and the kids just absolutely loved it. It was so good. Then I had a little baby section as well for the mums with newborns, so they just sat there and interacted. And I had glowing reviews with that one too, that they want more, so they'll be definitely on my playgroup calendar for here on in. As you probably saw behind me, I also do aged care playgroups where we go to aged care facilities, and we actually see the dementia patients there. This was pre-COVID, unfortunately I haven't been able to get back there since, but these are the most beautiful experiences. I leave everyone having a little bit of a cry, just because when we walk into those aged care facilities, it's like the lights are off. There's just nothing there, and just oldies sitting around in a circle. And as soon as one of them spots a baby, oh, they brought the babies, and a light turns on, and you cannot shut those people up for the next 15, 20 minutes. They can recall dates from 1964, bus routes that they went on, and things like that, and I just think, I can't remember last week, let alone what happened 20, 30 years ago. So they fully interact with the children, more so than just the normal residents who are there. We find the dementia patients just really, really interact. I take along a balloon, and they play with the kids with a balloon, and then as soon as it's time for us to go, off go the lights again, and back to sitting in a circle looking at each other, unfortunately. So I'm itching to get back to those. I really want to thank everyone for having me here today. It's been really good. Pushed me out of my comfort zone again, which I love to do. My group is just going from strength to strength, and I'm finally starting to get a connected community, which I'm so passionate about. The ladies just care, and they enjoy having such a safe space to come to. So thank you very much for listening to my story. My board's over there. I've got a couple of little business cards over there if anyone wants to take one just to join the group, but it's just Mums and Bubs Logan on Facebook, and it's a group, it's not a page. And thank you very much for having me.